So then guys, it's around about 6 months to the release of the iPhone 17 models, and specifically a lot of you guys are really excited about the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max. So today we're going to go over the top 11 leaks that you guys should be aware about and also super excited about too, because I for one am really excited about these. So let's begin then, starting out with number one, and that is all to do with the design of the iPhone. As you can see right here with these renders, that we are going to be getting a brand new design for the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max, and mainly the big design change is all to do with the camera bar on the back. Now we have heard in the past of different kind of camera bars designs, that we we're going to have horizontal cameras and things like this, but John Prosser has suggested that this is the kind of design we're going to get right now. And in fact, I even made a 3D model of this, a printout of this, as you can see right here, of what the iPhone 17 Pro Max could actually look like based on everything. So this is really exciting to see that we are going to be getting this design upgrade. And then let's move on to the second big upgrade, and that's also to do with the material what this new iPhone is going to be made out of. Right now the iPhone 16 Pro models and the 15 Pro models are actually using titanium to actually make the phone. This makes them a little bit lighter, but we've actually heard that Apple could be going back to aluminum or aluminium, depending you are in the world, for this new design. And it's actually giving it a bit of this kind of sort of sheen here that you can see of that sort of two-tone kind of look, mainly where, say, the MagSafe sort of area is on the back. Maybe Apple found a way to actually find, say, charging through aluminum with MagSafe and things like this. And this is going to be really interesting to see, because traditionally we've had to have glass or plastic on the back here instead. So this is quite interesting to see what Apple are doing here, but we have had leaks and rumors in that we are going to be getting aluminum or aluminium back into the mold, as it were, into the process of making this phone. So this is going to be something a bit more different here. But moving on from this then, let's talk about the cameras for the third big upgrade. Now, right now with the iPhone 16 Pro and the iPhone 16 Pro Max, we have a 48 megapixel wide and ultra wide sensor, and we also have a 12 megapixel telephoto sensor. But we've actually been told now that this is going to be finally upgraded to a 48 megapixel camera, what is going to be really awesome, because this means then if you want to do things like zoom in, digital zoom, or crop in, whatever you want to call it, it means that your details of your photos are going to be even better. And also this does push out the potential now with 48 megapixel that Apple could even push up the optical kind of zoom range with this, or basically give us the quality of, say, even say 10 times zoom or something like this, just using that 48 megapixel, but obviously your shots will be at 12 megapixel, if that makes sense. So this will be really awesome to see too. And then also digital zoom could also be pushed out further as well, what is really awesome. And going along with that, for the fourth upgrade, we've also been told that even with these cameras on the rear, and this is quite a new one, that we could actually be able to record finally up to 8K on this phone. So right now, the likes of, say, like Samsung, you can record at 8K at 30 frames per second, and obviously like the Pixel phones, you can record at 4K, but they'll upscale it using AI up to 8K. But it looks like finally Apple have taken the plunge at last that we'll be able to record at 8K now with the cameras on the back, and especially with that upgrade, just talks about the 48 megapixels. This makes a lot of sense now that all three of those cameras can actually do that. This will help out a lot here to record at 8K. So this is going to be really useful to have. And then moving on to the fifth upgrade, and still sticking with cameras, well, this is actually the front-facing camera, the one what's in the dynamic island. Well, we've actually heard that in the dynamic island that this camera could actually be potentially a 24 megapixel camera. At the end of the day, we've had the same 12 megapixel camera ever since the iPhone 14 Pro models, and this has stayed for the 15 Pros, the 16 Pros, and it looks like it's been upgraded to 24 megapixels. So this means that your pictures could look a lot sharper, maybe the tones of skin colors and things like this could be even more clearer here. So this is really exciting to see, especially if you use that for vlogging or things like this, or if you're going to take your selfies. This is going to really help out, and probably it's even going to help out in low light situations too. So this is really exciting to see that Apple are also upgrading this front facing camera. And then moving on from this, for the 6th upgrade, we've also been told the front glass, what's going to be protecting that front-facing camera, is going to be even more resistant than it has been in the past. Obviously, we have ceramic shield, we have the more enhanced version of ceramic shield that came out for the iPhone 16 models. Well, we've been told we're going to get something even better than that. So this means it's going to be even more scratch resistant, or if you dropped your phone on your screen, it's more unlikely to crack. And this is great news to hear that Apple are going to do this. And with that too, behind that, we've also been told that the actual dynamic island is also going to be made a little bit smaller as well underneath that really, really strong glass. So this is definitely something to look forward to, especially if you're a little bit accident prone with your phone. But then moving on to the 7th upgrade, something what you guys are really looking forward to, something I am looking forward to too, is the battery life is going to be even better, especially that we've been told that Apple are going to put an even bigger battery inside the likes of the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max. It does mean that the Pro models are going to be probably ever so slightly thicker than what they have with the iPhone 16 Pro models, but I have heard in comments from you guys that you've been saying you wouldn't mind the phone being ever so slightly more thicker if it gave us, say, an extra bit more battery life, because obviously that is always welcome here. So this is going to be really exciting to see that we are going to get even better battery life put inside of the iPhone. And to be honest, there's even more battery benefits that I want to tell you about right after I tell you about the channel giveaway, what funny enough is happening tomorrow. And that's right guys, the giveaway is for this right here. This here is a Mac Mini with an M4 Pro inside of it. It's got 512 gigabytes of RAM. It's the baseline M4 Pro, and we've also got 24 gigabytes of RAM, 512 gigabytes of storage. I must say, you can't get 512 gigabytes of RAM inside of his Mac Mini, but yeah, little mistake there. But the main thing is, this is going to be given away tomorrow, and I am super excited to finally give this away. And the great thing is, you can still enter in right now. All you have to do at this stage is just put down into the comments below of what technology gear that you're hoping to get in 2025. Maybe it's going to be a new iPhone, maybe it's going to be a new Mac Mini, maybe it's going to be nothing to do with Apple whatsoever. It could be, say, an RTX graphics card, the 5000 series, Nintendo Switch 2, I cannot wait for that, or something else. Put it down into the comments below right now. And the other thing what you want to do is check out the video that's in the description of this current video, what will give you even more details about the giveaway, including the time when I'm going to do the live stream, and also it will tell you about a form that you also need to fill out before the live stream as well. So make sure you check out that video, and the best thing I could also recommend is to subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell for 2 reasons. One is you don't want to miss out when the live stream is going to begin tomorrow, and also at the same time, if you don't enter in or if you don't win this giveaway, that live stream is also going to give you more information about the next giveaway I'm going to be doing on this channel. So yeah, you won't want to miss out on that. The last thing I just want to quickly say to you guys is that sadly there are still scammers and spammers out there, people still impersonating me, telling you to WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram direct message. Please do ignore these people. Best 60 right here. Please do report them. So moving on from this then, like I said, we're going to get a bigger battery, but there's even more upgrades to help the battery life. And this leads me on to the 8th upgrade, and that 8th upgrade is to do with the brand new A19 chip, what's going to go inside of it, or specifically the A19 Pro. It's more than likely, and we've been told as well, that the A19 Pro is going to be even more efficient than what we have with the A18 Pro. And the A18 Pro is a very efficient and powerful chip, but it looks like Apple are going to make it even more efficient, and this is going to be really, really cool to see, because obviously we're going to get a bit more power, maybe not loads of power, probably going to be around on average over CPU, GPU, NPU, all together. It's going to be round about probably about 20% faster, but the efficiencies are also going to be there. So battery life will also be pushed out with that bigger battery too. And funny enough, that also leads me on to finally the 9th upgrade, and that's also that Apple are working on a Wi-Fi 7 chip and also 5G chip to go inside the likes of the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max. That's going to make it super efficient, very similar to like the C1 chip that we had in the iPhone 16 16E. And with this again, battery life will also be pushed out, what's absolutely fantastic. The C1 chip can't really go into the iPhone 17 because we've got Wi-Fi 7 and the 6E only supports Wi-Fi 6E at the moment. So yeah, it would make sense for that to go in here. But this is going to be really, really cool to see that we are going to get Wi-Fi 7 put inside of it, and it's going to be Apple's own chip, and it's going to be really efficient too. So this will definitely also help out here. And then finally, that leads me on to the 10th upgrade, and that also means that with RAM, things are going to go up here too. We're actually going to go from 8 gigabytes of RAM up to 12 gigabytes of RAM, according to this leak that we're seeing right here. And this will put it in line with the likes of, say, the Galaxy S25 Ultra, which also has 12 gigabytes of RAM. This is going to be really exciting to see, especially with Apple Intelligence and iOS 19 and things like this. This will help out. And also, if you don't really use Apple Intelligence, if you have multiple apps open and things like this will help out. And also, if you're playing gaming and it needs to use sort of more sort of RAM on, you know, the unified sort of memory and RAM and bits and pieces, this will help out here really, really well. So this is going to be really, really great to see that we're going to be getting this. Then finally, the 11th upgrade. Well, we've also been told at last, especially if we're getting this A19 Pro and 12 gigabytes of RAM and things like this, that there's going to be a new kind of cooling system inside of the iPhone. And maybe this is another reason why it's going to be slightly thicker, is because of this. At the end of the day, the A18 Pro is a very powerful chip, but it does get a little bit toasty inside of an iPhone. It looks like Apple are finding a way to cool down the chip even more. So this is what I mean, where we can get more power, more efficiencies with the A19 Pro, but keeping the phone cool too. What's going to be really, really awesome to see. But with that then, guys, are you super excited about the announcements and leaks we're hearing for the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max? Does it look like at last this is a worthy upgrade to get? Well, let me know in the comments below. And also at the same time as well, guys, it's time to wrap up this video too. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. Also, hearing the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also hit that notification bell. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.